Joseph, how could you? How could he tell the interviewer to suck his mother?
How am I supposed to know the guy I nudged into was the same guy that's going to give me an interview today? Man, what am I supposed to say? Like, literally, it's been 100% fucking bad day. I might as well broke a mirror today.
Look, this world is a small place and you can never know who you may bump into.
Can you tell me, can you give me another interview?
I'll have a word with him and we'll have to get back to you on that, but I highly doubt it.
Right.
This can be a lesson learned. I hope you learn from this experience and not to make the same mistake again.
Oh, Joseph wants as soon as possible, so second chances. Interview finished under a minute and didn't last. It's a shame because deep down he had such a good heart. I hope he doesn't resort to square one and go back to his past. My advice to him is to try and keep an open mind, cause eventually you are gonna go through bumps from time to time. My faith is strong, I believe God works in mysterious ways. There'll be a time when finally Joseph will catch his break. Joseph was unfortunate as fuck. If you saw part one, you would think that he's got bad luck. The person who interviewed him was the person he had a quarrel with. Talk about being at the wrong place at wrong time and shit. Joseph has lost hope, it looks as if to say that he's done. He's returning to his always, going back to square one. He looks up at his phone and tries to find Carlos's number, who was a brother from bin days, who owes Joseph a favor. I'ma shed some like Carlos owes Joseph now his life. Where they got in a fight, Joseph jumped in and saved him from two guys who Carlos had beef with. They had razors disguised as knives. Ever since Joseph backed Carlos, now they both have been tight. When Carlos was released, he was the plug up in the streets. He told Joseph, if you need food, I'll give it to you on the cheap. So Joseph calls Carlos, haste up now for the food real quick. Joseph knows a couple of young guns that will move it quick. He tells Carlos briefly about his earlier altercation. Carlos replies saying, now no matter what, just keep on pushing. It's all about God's timing and one day you'll have your moment. When another door closes, another door now opens. Before they hang up their phones and they start to say their goodbyes, Joseph thinks back what Carlos said and then takes his advice. He's just hoping that someone will open doors for him quick. He's tired of being in the same position and shit. Oh, Joseph wants as soon as possible, so second chances. Interview finished under a minute and didn't last. It's a shame because deep down he had such a good heart. I hope he doesn't resort to square one and go back to his past. My advice to him is to try and keep an open mind, cause eventually you are gonna go through bumps from time to time. My faith is strong, I believe God works in mysterious ways. There'll be a time when finally Joseph will catch his break. Joseph's walking home, he sees a kid that's desperate for help. He's being robbed by a neatie and clearly can't defend himself. He tries to help right away, coming out to the kid's aid. When the neatie/robber saw Joseph, he did now ran away. Joseph's at home with the kid and Sherry, both now let them in. Sherry wants a quick word with Joseph, now up in the kitchen. Joseph explains that the kid was a victim of a robbery and all he did was help him because he needed someone to step in. He couldn't deep down stand there watching doing nothing, because if something happened then that's where his conscience will kick in. Sherry agreed with Joseph and said he did the right thing and he was right indeed, really and truly, now just to step in. Sherry's asking Joseph, how did the interview now go? Joseph now explains what happened couples hours ago. Sherry was happy that at least Joseph was trying. Joseph thought that Sherry would be mad and was surprised at her reaction. Sherry says, now just keep on doing what you're doing, and if you keep on being consistent then something is gonna happen. So Joseph proceeds to make the kid now a cup of tea, because he doesn't want him to be by himself or lonely. The kid now then thanks Joseph for saving his precious life, because if it weren't for Joseph now he really won't be alive. He introduces himself and says that his name is Sam, and asks Joseph if he's got a phone so he can now text his dad. So Sam texts his father in regards now to what had happened, including the robbing and the stranger that went out to save him. The father wants to know where he's at and the address of the place, so when he reaches he can thank the stranger right away. Sam's father's knocking now at Joseph's place. Joseph opens the door and was shot, you should have now saw his face. Joseph thought the devil now couldn't believe what he saw. It's the interviewer he had an altercation with before. Sam explains to his dad about Joseph and everything. Sam's father thanked Joseph, now showing proper appreciation. Sam's father thanked Joseph and says, I judged you now wrong from the start. How would you like it now if I gave you a second chance? You're someone now that helps people who are in actual need. You are exactly now what this company really needs. Make sure you shout me cause my details are now on this card. We will have a discussion in terms of what time and day you'll start.